An investigation by Declassified UK revealed that former IOF Chief of Staff General Aviv Kohavi conducted a series of private meetings with senior British media figures as part of a concerted effort to shape Western public opinion during Israel's war on Gaza. According to the documents obtained by Declassified UK, these meetings were held with key editors from major news organizations, namely Catherine Viner of The Guardian, Richard Burgess of the BBC, and Rilla Khalaf of the Financial Times, with further discussions reportedly planned with figures such as Sky News chairman David Rhodes and Shadow Foreign Secretary David Lammy. One of the most striking aspects of the report is that Kohavi's visit and the meetings themselves were meticulously planned and supported by the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Israeli military, and the Ministry of Security. The planning documents explicitly state that these meetings were intended to leverage a perceived reversal in the attitude of Western countries toward Israel in response to the events following October 7, 2023. At the time, Israeli forces had killed over 10,000 Palestinians in Gaza, a figure that underscored the grave context in which these influence operations were designed. The documents further reveal that the strategic objective was to influence influencers, that is, to directly engage with those who have significant sway over public discourse in the West. IOF Reserve Lieutenant Colonel Gad Yeshayahu, who played a role in the planning, emphasized that such meetings were critical in enhancing support for Israel amid the war. This orchestrated approach to media engagement highlights how the Israeli government sought to bolster its narrative, particularly at a time when its military actions were drawing widespread international criticism for human rights violations and acts of genocide. The revelations have not gone unnoticed within the British media. An anonymous BBC journalist criticized the meeting, arguing that it was unprecedented and outrageous for a senior media outlet to engage privately with a high-ranking military official from an entity accused of serious human rights abuses. The sentiment was echoed by others who questioned the impartiality of the BBC and The Guardian, especially since comparable opportunities were not extended to senior Palestinian representatives. The report also delves into Kohavi's personal record, noting his controversial comments and actions during his tenure. He had previously justified severe military actions, including the killing of journalist Shireen Abu Akleh and the destruction of a building housing an AP office in Gaza, by dismissing any moral or ethical reservations. As a journalist, I find it deeply disturbing that fellow journalists would meet with someone who justifies the murder of journalists. During the 15-month war period, the Israeli occupation killed at least 160 Palestinian media workers. If this is not enough to hold Israel accountable and cut ties with the occupation, then what is?